One of the things that I see when we talk about research in education is this absolute obsession over effect sizes. And the whole idea is Marzano or Hattie, they look at these charts and they say, that's effective, that's not effective, that's a best practice, that's not a best practice. And it seems very cut and dry because it's all based on this, meta research. But here's the problem. That's not the way teaching works. We don't teach isolated strategies. We put them together into whole unit plans and lesson plans. And it's often about when, not just is this effective. In other words, it's about the context of learning. Take inquiry based learning. We will hear, for example, that inquiry based learning has a low effect size. And yet, Hattie himself has demonstrated that if we do a concept attainment lesson and we front load vocabulary, if we give students a blueprint or a schema or a roadmap to think about, then they have the background knowledge needed to do inquiry based learning. It's actually highly effective. What that tells me is this. You as a teacher are still an expert on context. And yes, follow the science, absolutely. But you know your students, you know your subject, you know your school, and you have this experiential knowledge that you should not ignore. It's rarely about best practices versus bad practices, although there are some bad ones that you want to avoid. It's often more about when should you use specific strategies, how do they work, and why do they work? And that ultimately is the craft of teaching. It's that combination of science and artistry. And you know your craft.